First details of Red Bull's 2023 Challenger uncovered. The RB18 ended up being quite competitive in Formula One. Paolo Filicetti, a technical analyst at RacingNews365.com, discusses the features that will be included on the website's replacement in 2023. When a vehicle has established itself as a market leader, the next generation is almost usually a refined version of the previous one, as well as being the car least impacted by the rules amendments implemented by Formula One midway through the 2022 season. Red Bull's RB18 was the greatest interpretation of the sport's technical requirements, the implementation of Technical Directive No. 39, which was enforced by the Belgian GP. Porpoising, aerodynamic jolts, had returned to F1 vehicles this season as a remnant of the ground effect single-seater, although this vehicle clearly excelled at preventing them. As a result of the RB18's aerodynamic floor design, geometry, and deceptive ease of use in the front suspension, the car was able to cope with forces that caused the jolts. The typical bouncing of a Ferrari or Mercedes was nearly eliminated. To streamline the concept, a mechanical copy was implemented that mimicked the effects achieved through the prohibited use of active suspensions. This was done in accordance with the present technical legislation. The RB18's success, along with that of the Honda RA622H engine unit, was founded on the seamless synthesis of aerodynamic efficiency with responsive handling. Because the car weighed more than the allowed 798 kilograms at the beginning of the season, reducing its weight gradually was the key factor connecting these two aspects. Pierre Wash, working directly under Adrian Newey, directed the design team, and they quickly realized that the central section bottom stiffness management was a key aspect in creating performance. Almada 2018. Although it was crucial that the outermost lateral parts not change shape in any way, this avoided the possibility of the floor becoming an aerodynamic block at the very low ride heights, or inducing the breakdown of the structure of the airflow under the car, both of which would have amplified the porpoising. The team's primary focus during the year 2022 will be cutting excess weight and gradually modernizing the ground. It's helpful to know that 16 distinct flooring iterations were created, even if it would be impossible to tell them apart at a glance. Almada 2018. Technical Office was able to lay the foundation of the RB19 based on data collected throughout the season, with the same priorities that characterized the development of the RB18. This was true even in cases where feedback was mixed, such as after the introduction of a new floor at Silverstone. The RB19 project centers on reducing the vehicle's weight to the legal limit as soon as possible. The cooling system will be partially housed in the chassis, which will be formed in the vehicle's lower rear section. Baldi 2022. Next year's Challenger has followed two rules that will characterize its profound renewal, preserving a strong family feeling with the previous vehicle while also being significantly updated. Weighing less was one of the project's primary goals at first, going back to the summertime discussion about a lighter chassis that were never put into action. The RB19's monocoque will be distinguishable by being around 3 kilos lighter than its predecessor, Baldi 2022. As a result of the new rules, which call for a 10mm increase in the height of the elbow, the section connecting the Venturi channels, and a 15mm increase in the height of the side profile in front of the rear wheels, the floor will be considerably less weighty than its predecessor, while still retaining a high degree of stiffness in relation to its lateral shape. Reduce the width of the upper Venturi channels and widen the bottom ones by adjusting the location of the gearbox and the suspension. Upper aerodynamics are improved by modifying the cutouts under the side pods to produce a double floor, keeping the same fundamental layout as the 2022 model. The openings will be expanded upon the base of the side pods to reach further back towards the vehicle. With the RB18's construction solutions and the vehicle dynamics carried over into the RB19 shouldn't look too different, but it will be a significant upgrade. Baldi 2022. RB19 side view. There will be evident continuity between the RB19 single-seater of 2022 and the next model in 2023. The figure above emphasizes the rake of the channel beneath the side pod, which will increase the steepness behind the vehicle. Demir 2019. Side pod inlets. The front upper border of the bottom of the side pod channel, which was generated by the lower lip of the inlets, will remain a distinct feature of the side pods. Floor. The RB19's floor, like the RB18's, see Silverstone Evolution graphic, is key to the car's aerodynamic design. Since the new guidelines allow for less leeway, the elbow of the diffuser and the middle area require the most attention. According to rumors, engineers have successfully reduced the mass of this component compared to the most recent iteration from the year 2022. Flaherty 2021. F1 Podcast, a technical breakthrough in political firestorm. RacingNews365.com Formula One reporter Dieter Renken and Michael Butterworth reflect on 2022, a year marked by significant change in the sport, and evaluate the most pressing concerns that resulted.